Right, guys. So we are here for another Mentee Success interview. Today I have Ben. Ben is an absolute beast. Ben, what's the name of your agency?
My agency is called Dynamic Digital Solutions.
Dynamic Digital Solutions. What do you guys firstly, Ben and I have been working with each other for only a half year at this point. And he's had a really good experience with the program. He's more than, I believe you've more than doubled your agency since joining higher level. So we'll kind of get into where you got the most value, kind of what was game changing for you. What do you guys do? What is your actual back end? What's the service delivery actually look like? What kind of services are you guys offering to the marketplace?
Yeah, so our main service offer is website construction. That's website design, hosting, domain, kind of everything related to websites. And then also in the back end of that, we also run social media, meta ads, and Google advertising as well.
Okay, cool. So you guys kind of start out with the base offer being the website stuff. So you guys are mainly a website design agency, website hosting. And then once that website is created, you guys will then basically upsell them into a paid ads package, whether that's Google ads, whether that's Facebook ads. That's about accurate?
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the core of what we do.
Cool. And where are you at now in monthly MRR, monthly recurring revenue?
Right now, sitting comfortably between 17 and 18 thousand per month.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Yeah,
So
it's
almost at 20K.
yeah.
Um, by 2025, ideally, where would you like to, because that's already good. I mean, and my belief system is once you hit 10K, you're like already in the top 5%, if not higher, of agency owners. 90% of agency owners fail to even, they just an idea, they fail to ever even really get their first client. They're just binging YouTube content. So the fact that you're just about at 20K MRR is you're already well in the top 5% of agency owners in the grand scheme of things. How's your margin on that, man?
It's honestly very good.
Yeah.
I'd say it's right around about 90%
Okay.
or
Okay.
even higher, probably about 92 in there.
And
Um,
that makes sense because basically the issue with your agency right now that we're gonna kind of continue to work on is we need to get you a little bit more removed from the back end of the operation. So right now, um, Ben is almost, I shouldn't say trapped, but he is doing all the fulfillment work on the back end. So he doesn't have much of a team that's actually helping him on the back end. So I've for months, I keep telling you, get a VA, start building a team. And ultimately what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to scale past 20K MRR and work less time.
yeah,
What it is also going to do, though, it's also going to hurt your margin, right? So you're going to be able to go from 20K MRR to 40K MRR, but you're also going to have to build a little bit of a team and you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of that margin. So you're probably going to go from like a 90% margin, maybe closer to like a 60% margin. But if you're operate, but it allows you to operate at much higher scale. So it's a win-win because you're making more money, and you're working less because you have a team to actually help you with the back end. So ideally, we want you just to be able to focus on the sales piece. So talk to me about what's changed over the last half year because you were already kind of had somewhat of a foundation there when you joined the program a half year ago. Where was your MRR when you first joined the program? So you're at 18K ish now. Where was your
mhm.
MRR 6 months ago before you joined?
6 months ago, it was um, somewhat random. Unfortunately, that's what I was stuck in as well. But my, if I could average it out, it was like between 8 and 9 thousand.
Okay. Right.
Uh,
Okay. So cool. So
year
we've
ago.
about, yeah. So we've been able to about double. And in your experience, what has been the most valuable? What's really changed over the last half year? What's been the impact? Where have I and the program, where has it been of most value to you?
Yeah, the most value that I saw was the learning about the sales process and that sales call. Whether that's the two appointment call or the one appointment call, and then actually making a process or a sales, script or a presentation to walk them through, on the sales call, and then increasing that conversion rate from the people that are showing up that I'm talking to, and then the people that actually close. Because I never had an issue of show up rate or anything like that, but I never had something big and tangible to walk them through and show them, hey, this is what's going to happen, this is what you can expect.
Cool.
It was just kind of, unfortunately, every call was different because I didn't have a structure before I learned all that.
Right. Right. So now you kind of have a legitimate sales process in place. You actually understand different closing strategies and you actually understand how to properly pitch your service. So you're closing more of the calls that you're getting on and you're actually becoming a salesperson. I would say before you joined the program, you were just kind of more so like a freelancer that just happened to know how to do website design and you were making a little bit of money, where I think we've been able to kind of more so transition you into a legitimate business owner. And I think I would love to keep working on that, and help you get removed from the back end of the business and scale even past that 20K MRR. So, well, also, man, what would you ultimately say to, an upcoming agency owner who, let me, before I start asking you for advice for any aspiring agency owners that might be watching, what would you, what's been your get? Because so you're saying, okay, the most benefit that you got was the sales piece. You got the most value from learning how to sell, but
Mhm.
what's been your actual main acquisition channel? So how are you actually getting your clients? That's what a lot of people always wonder. Are you doing DM outreach? Are you running paid ads? We figured out how to dial in that sales process and actually make it so that when you get on a call, you can close them. But how are you actually getting the calls in the first place? And that's always the big question that people want to know.
Yeah.
What's
So
your main acquisition channel?
right now, the main acquisition channel is paid Facebook ad campaigns. That's where I'd say 85% of my prospects, my clientele come from. I
All
do,
paid.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And,
Cool.
I do the occasional, cold email outreach and then the cold DM outreaches as well.
Cool.
Um, I know those are not, everybody knows that they're a little bit more difficult to dial in, but I found the most success with those paid Facebook ad campaigns.
And I think, yeah, and I think I was always kind of telling you to ramp up your ad budget, scale your ad budget, scale your ad budget. And I think that's a big piece too as to why we were able to get you to double your revenue. So paid ads, guys, that is hands down the most common one that you hear for anyone that's doing over $10,000 revenue months. Typically they're able to crack the code on paid ads. So I'm just trying to think of what I can ask you to provide the most value for the audience. Ben, if you had to give some advice, I know that you were saying that this has been pretty life changing for you. I remember we were speaking the other day and you mentioned that your wife was actually able to stay at home with the kids and quit her job due to the fact that we've been able to get the agency scaled up, which is just absolutely incredible. If you had to give advice to an agency owner that's kind of in a rut, maybe not feeling super hopeful, maybe thinking, man, I don't know if this is even possible. What would be your advice to an upcoming agency owner that's kind of struggling right now?
I think my best advice would be the the magic or the result that you're looking for is on the other side of the work that you don't want to do.
Mm. Oh, that's a banger. That's a
Learning
banger.
paid ads, learning how to write copy, learning how to sell, learning how to, structure the back end of something, learning how to write cold emails, learning how to build a list. When you're first starting, that stuff sucks, but the results of doing it are life changing.
Would you recommend higher level agency to someone who wants to scale their agency and kind of take their agency to the next level?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
100%.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. There's,
Awesome.
there's people who specialize in, this thing or that thing. But I think everything that I've learned in working with you and your agency was just well-rounded and helped me even just a little bit in different aspects, just helped me all around with everything.
Cool, man. Awesome. Well, Ben, I don't want to take up too much of your time. We'll wrap it up there. Appreciate you hopping on and doing this, brother.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
See you guys.
See ya.
Cool. Let me stop this